Contrary to the claim by Omolara Olatubosun, the mother to Princess Adeola Ogunwusi, that Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, was an absentee father to their daughter, Princess Adeola, who has come out publicly to counter her mother's claim, affirming that she truly loves her dad with all due respect. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an existing viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. It was quite unsettling about a week ago when Omolara Olatubosun, the mother to the first daughter or first child of the Ooni of Ife, when she came out to say that she was upset with the post Ooni of Ife made on their daughter's birthday, where he did a long post about how he's a single father, how he took care of his daughter by himself, how he became responsible at an early age, how it's not been easy doing all of that. And she wanted him to actually take the post down. She wanted him to take it down, saying that that post is demeaning her role as a mother because she took care of their daughter, you know, at that very young age, single-handedly. And that Ooni just started getting close to her when she was 13. And she allowed her daughter to go and live with Ooni from the age of 15. And from age 15, Ooni has been responsible for her upkeep, sending her abroad for studies, and was fully in charge of all of that. So we were quite unsettled when we saw this, and people have been thinking, what could have gone wrong? And she said that she had reached out to Ooni to please take the post down because it was demeaning to her, and that Ooni said she was rude in her approach and all of that. And that's why she actually went to Punch newspaper to grant them an interview to show her disgust at how this event had turned out. So people have been saying oh, she shouldn't have done that, and all of that. And I think I shared in that video that I did, I said, well, Ooni was free, you know, to have, celebrated his daughter on her birthday, but it wasn't really necessary for him to have mentioned being a single father. No. Let's be very, realistic in this situation. Nobody will want to be demeaning like that for, like the fact that maybe, because even when I read the post, I was like, oh, where was her mother? Was it that she just had the baby and left it with Ooni and went on with her life and all of that? From what she had said, she said she was always there and that she did it all alone until years later when he now started apologizing and he wanted to make his way back, and she allowed him, and he took over from age 15 and sent her abroad. So, and we know that when it comes to things like this, men have ego. Let's forget the fact that it's even an Ooni. Well, men have ego, especially African men. They have egos. And from what she said, if you read, please go to Punch newspaper and read her interview properly. She said when she told him to make a correction, he said she was rude. So actually, it was that rudeness. Of course, when she would have accosted him about that, she wouldn't have done that in a pleasant voice. She would have either blasted him off or slammed him or something. And that is what a typical African man will hold on to, rather than what is actually causing the outburst. So, yeah, so that's my own opinion. I don't know what your opinion is. It still doesn't make Ooni of Ife a bad man. And it doesn't make Omolara Olatubosun a bad woman. I just think that, we should learn to handle each other's emotions. And like I said, forget the fact that he's an Ooni. First of all, he's a man. He's a human being. Okay? So definitely, he has blood running in his veins. He can react to situations also. All right? He can feel that, oh, you're rude to me, so don't be rude to me. You need to approach me properly and all of that. Right? Where actually the crux of the matter was that, why are you demeaning me? Why are you making it seem as if I'm not a responsible mother? Like you took care of the child from the word go. Whereas that is not the case. And the woman said she wasn't even ready. Omolara Olatubosun, the baby mama, said she wasn't even ready to be known. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. That he likes the fame, he likes lies and all of that. Things happen between lovers and even ex-lovers. Okay? So they might have not had a good relationship. And I made a comment in my previous video. I said this could actually affect the Princess Adeola, who is like a 29-year-old lady. She's a very mature lady, and I knew that somehow she would want, because Oni might not react to it. It's not somebody that reacts to issues, actually. Oni is not somebody that will come out and, exchange words. No, he doesn't do that. So, Princess Adeola has taken it upon herself to come out now and explain what we do not know. So, I'm going to read our post right now. Not only are you my father, you are also my friend. A friend that listens and a friend that cares. I don't think I can ever get used to the way you carry my matter on your head. The pride in your eyes whenever you talk about me. It's always my daughter this, my daughter that. Wahala for who no gets daughter. Oh. Kabiyesi, I am who I am today because of you. The love and admiration you constantly shower on me has made me into this kind and thoughtful young woman. Thank you for being who you are. You are forever generous and loving. I love you today, tomorrow, and forever. Oh my God, this is quite touching, for a daughter to write this to her father. It's actually very, very touching. But the princess's mom, Amolara Olatubosun, who repeatedly glosses over Oni's constant reference to his daughter as the apple of his eyes, whom he raised as a single father, could not take any of that. She maintains that the truth remains that the monarch was an absentee father, describing his claim of a loving father as uncalled for and having no basis in fact, but has gone on for too long. Like she said in her previous whatever, she said, I was in fact the single parent. It was until our daughter was old enough an absentee father. Wow. Omolara, who gave birth to Adeola as a result of a teenage relationship with Oba Ogunwusi, described his claim that he fathered her daughter as a single father as a lie struggling for relevance. Unfortunately, a lie goes a long way around the world before the truth gets a chance to tie its shoes. So this is my attempt at correcting the record. I want to put it on record now in public that there's not an iota of truth in that claim, and I challenge him to prove me wrong. I repeat, Yeye Ogunwusi was never present in Adeola's life for the first 10 years, referring to the Oba, right? Ooni of Ife was never present in Adeola's life for the first 10 years of her growing up years, which makes the single father narrative shocking, annoying, and disrespectful to hear by all who know the truth of the story. I, Omolara, took care of my daughter physically, financially, and emotionally with the moral support of my mother and siblings. I was a teenage teen, but it was nowhere to be found, and I bore the responsibilities for our child and paid the physical and social cost of raising her alone in my mom's house. She maintained in his statements at the weekend. Wow. This is quite emotional. Because in the post, actually, if I can say something about the post by Princess Adeola, I think she would have struck a balance. Well, the post was more about my father is proud of me, I'm the apple of his eyes, he's there for me and everything, which is fantastic, right? And because there are some people who are not even opportune for their father to even give them 1 second of their time throughout their lifetime. So I appreciate the fact that Ooni of Ife realized, if that was the truth, and quickly made amends by being present in his daughter's life from age 15. But I think Princess Adeola would have balanced the scale. The way she praised her father, she would have done same for her mother, to say, Mommy, you're the apple of my eyes, you did everything for me, you were there for me, you're a wonderful mother, and all of that. That's my own opinion. Because regardless of whatever it is, and people were saying making different comments online, saying some children are like that. After you've raised them significantly for some time and their father come into the picture, they will start following the father and they'll forget everything that's been done. That doesn't really show wisdom, in my opinion. I think that as a mature woman, she would have just struck a balance. My father is this wonderful person. My mother is this fantastic person. And that would have just killed this case entirely. Because this post is also showing that she's taking the side of her father, who is the Ooni of Ife, and ignoring her mother. Now, to be realistic, I think if she had good advisors, they would have advised her to say, Adeola, when you're coming out to make a post, please balance both sides of the equation. And if you read this post that I just read now very well, you will see that she did not deny the fact that Ooni was absent in her first few years of her life. She did not deny that. Okay? So that means her mother was correct. But she has chosen to take the side of her father. Now, she's a 29-year-old woman, right? Even her mates are done having children, the way we say it in our culture. But it's not an indictment on her. Now, if she's mature enough, I will continue to say it, she will have balanced the equation. Does that mean that, because Ooni is Ooni, he has money, he has a position, that's why she's taking the sides, right? Now, I've seen people, I think people who have seen life to an extent, they have their mothers have mental issues, who are even in mental homes, but they will tell you, they will always stand by their mother. They are still proud of their mother. They will nurture the mother, right? So that shows the bond a child and the mother should have. Not because your father is now an Ooni. There was a time he was not an Ooni. Life happens. He's now an Ooni. God forbid, nothing is going to happen to him, but he's going to go through his own challenges on that stool of being an Ooni. So it is an embodiment of people who are wise, who are the inner caucus, like his own daughter, maybe ex-wife or whatever, to make sure that if they have issues with him, they should tell him, right? But he's a human being as well. Maybe you'd have just taken this and just erased the particular part of that post and all this is done. Because sometimes in life, forget the position you are holding, it's not permanent. It's just for a while. It's just for a while. Now look at this Emir Sanusi in the north at that time. He was powerful. He was an ex-CBS governor. He had international connections. Look at how he was dethroned, and he left that throne and banished from that state. That was a low moment of his life. So things do happen. I do not believe, as Nigerians, we are so used to sucking up to people who are rich and who have power. Like they are a kind of God that can do no wrong. Of course they can do a wrong. I'm not saying this because he's Ooni. I'm saying this because he's Ogunwusi. He's a man first before he became a king. Because if anything happens to him, it's the property of his own immediate family. Forget all of those of us that, we love him. No. You're not going to take care of him in his old age. You're not going to manage his personal chamber with him. These are the people, whether an ex-wife or